All right, good morning. We have a good one today. It is called Holleyman. It is 20 to 30 rounds for time. So we did 20 rounds in the class this morning. The full workout is 30. If you'd rather do that, that's fine. But I'm going to go over 20 rounds for time with a 20-minute time cap. If you do 30 rounds, then it's a 30-minute time cap. Okay? You choose what you want to do. But each round is 5 wall balls if you have, or thrusters, so we'll be going over that variation. 3 push-ups or push presses. So depending if you want to do a vertical press or a horizontal press, we'll go over options there. And then 1 power clean. That power clean should be pretty heavy. So if you don't have something heavy to work with, moderate to heavy, then you're going to change that to 2 reps instead of 1. Okay? And you're just gonna, your first round should be around that 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds, because it's gonna slow down and you're gonna need to rest more as you get more tired. So make sure, if you're doing it on your own, that you're sort of just checking in that first round or two, making sure you're within that time to try to stay within that 20 minutes. If for some reason we miscalculate or we need to take more rest, then you'll just go for an AMRAP, see how many you can get that 20 or 30 minutes, depending on what you're doing, okay? So, wall balls or thrusters. So if you're doing a wall ball, you're going to hold the ball in sort of a triangle. So your hands and your chin are sort of the 3 points of contact, and then everything's going to be the same as the thruster. Okay? So thruster you're going to either do with dumbbells if you don't have the right weight to work with. Maybe it's a little heavy. It should be fairly light. Then just use a single dumbbell in this position. Okay? So dumbbells, you're going to do a squat, nice proud chest, drive for the heels, squeeze your butt, and drive overhead. Okay? That's the thruster. So everything stays the same, except for you're going to be throwing a ball onto a wall or whatever you have available. Okay? Then push presses or push-ups. So push-ups, as always, I like a variation that you can elevate it. So whatever you have in your home, maybe it's a countertop or a chair or something, a stair, something going lower. But I prefer that because it's going to transfer better to a full push-up and the strength in a full push-up. So just make sure you're holding a nice solid position, shoulders back and down, eyes gently forward, not cranked but not looking down at your hands. And then touching the chest and coming back up. Okay, find a position. Again, this shouldn't be too hard. You shouldn't have to break these up at all. If you don't have something, or if you're sort of in between, it's a little too hard, a little too easy, pick one. So if it's a little easy, maybe you're doing the 3. If it's a little harder, then maybe you're just doing 2, okay? Or you're alternating back and forth, okay? Play with what you got. Or push press, or even strict press, okay? If you want to go overhead, but push press is a little hard on the shoulders, just keep that core nice and tight, pressing up overhead the best that you can. So squeeze everything from the belly button down, pressing to your best overhead position. Or push press would be nice and tall dip, so just the knees bend, the hips, the shoulders stay over the hips, and then squeeze your butt and drive. Okay, so you can do those as well. It should be pretty quick. This is an alternative for handstand push-ups. So if you want to play around with doing wall kicks or handstand holds against the wall or whatever variation, make sure to do that. Whatever you're doing, just make sure those hands stay over the shoulders. So sometimes we tend to go a little wide. It makes it harder on yourself. So just keep the hands over the shoulders, as that's the variation you want to play around with. If you're doing that, you're going to do probably maybe 1 wall kick and a good breath, and then back down first as far as timing to keep it consistent with everything else. Okay? Or you're just going to attempt 2 to 3 kick-ups if that's what you're working on. Okay? And then power cleans. So power cleans with dumbbells or a barbell, whatever you have at home. But dumbbell starts to shins, control to the knee, and then jump to the shoulders. Okay? Like I said, if you're doing pretty lightweight, then maybe we change that to 2 and just focus on the positions. But regardless, I want you to take that second, not rushing through it, to set yourself up. So nice big belly, nice proud chest, nice flat back, drive the heels, and go. Okay, don't rush it. It's supposed to be, think about like, okay, this is going to be the most perfect power clean I've ever done, and then that's what I want you to try to emulate. Okay? As far as warm up, you're going to get on your machine for 2 minutes, just get yourself warm, and breathe in a little heavier, and then we're going to come down to our mat. We're going to start in child's pose, so wider knees, reaching our butt back to our heels, letting our chest drop to the floor. Spend a breath or two there. Then we're going to come through low push-up. So grazing that chest down to the ground, pressing up to up dog, or staying in cobra. Okay, so maybe that's a little high, so just shoulders back and down, proud chest, looking up gently. We're going to dig our toes in and press up and back to down dog. Again, taking a breath or two here, pedaling your heels. And then we're going to take our right foot and reach towards our left hand, sinking into pigeon. We're not going to be here for very long, 5 to 10 seconds. So take a few breaths. Just let those hips open up. Dig that toe in again. Press back to down dog. Reach the other leg forward. Drop those hips. Again, hang out for 5 to 10 seconds or a few breaths. And then we're going to press back to down dog. Come through high plank or low push-up again if you'd like. Drop those hips. Shoulders back and down. Again, maybe we're down here into cobra. And then our knees are going to come wide. You're going to press down into child's pose. So you're sort of going up that and then back down. Take a second and do that at least 2 times, 2 to 3 times. Okay, both sides of those pigeons. Okay, and then once you're done that, you're going to walk through and warm up each movement. So like I want you to do at least 5 thrusters, then at least 3 push-ups, or kicking up, so taking some time and finding your variation for that movement. And then I want you to do at least 3 power cleans, if not more. Okay, spend the rest of the time warming up and figuring out the weight or the movement or how many you're going to do for the power cleans. Okay, yeah, any questions, let me know. Our recovery is Savasana, so lying on your back and breathing. If you want to do something else, by all means, but we're going to be pretty tired after this one. So Savasana is lying on the back, squeezing those shoulder blades underneath you. Palms are facing up and by your sides, and then you're just extending your legs. Okay, and we're focusing in on breathing into the belly and exhaling and let that body relax. Okay, if you're feeling this in your low back for any reason, then play around with widening your feet, or even prop a pillow or something underneath your knees, or bend your knees slightly so that you can rest and relax this down. And then just try to focus on your breath. You're going to hang out here for at least 3 minutes is our goal. And we're just focusing on breathing, taking some time to slow down and open up our body. Okay? Have fun as always, and let me know if you have any questions.